Double distilled, have you ever ridden him at work? I see that's for your dad as well.
No, unfortunately, don't ride where we work in PE, so won't be able to.
He doesn't pay. He doesn't pay well enough.
No.
Dad, don't
His
pay.
hours no. His hours are too long.
Greetings, everybody. Another episode of the Coastal Boys. Welcome back, Kyle. We brought you a bit of luck last week and the week before. I mean, 3 winners, and then you had more winners on the Monday. Oh, and you're riding a crest away. Let's hope you can continue to knock in those winners.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Always good to be on the podcast. And yeah, it was a good last week in PE, so long way to continue.
Yeah, great to see you. What if your dad as well? More important. And they put the money down, which is even better.
Yeah, he was confident.
Ran a not too great race on the Friday. Come back on the Monday, and here we go. Away we go.
That's true.
Back on Fairview Poly again. A shame they had a bit more rain, and we've had to switch from the turf again to the polytrack. We did have a work riders maiden plate in the first, but they are not qualified enough in Quebec, so they have to put the jockeys, professional jockeys, to ride around the bend in the work riders race. In Joburg and Cape Town and Durban, it's a different story, but I'm afraid they've missed out on an opportunity, and we're back on the poly and opening with a maiden plate over 1,000 meters. The betting is Turbulent 5-2, 3-1 J Laudy, 4-1 Kyle rides for his dad, Mrs. Shackleton, 8-1 Lovely Dancer, 8-1 Double Distilled, and 14 and bettors the rest. Seeing you're the third favourite, you might as well begin, Kyle. Thank you.
Yeah, so obviously Polly been there I think for the last few months now, so hopefully we'll be back on the grass. But I think rightfully favoured Turbulent, drawn 8. Probably that's the only concern, but I think it's a fair race for him. I like Jay Geordie. Nas is sort of improving each and every start, gets his 3 kilo allowance. Also drawn 7. But I like mine, I must say. I'm not sure how it's been working, but Cape Town form as of late's been pretty good. Got draw 1, which is I think always ideal. And then I like a bit of just find it quickly. I think it is. Yeah, that's true. That's the pick for me. Turbulent, Jay Geordie, and Miss Shackleton. I think the betting will probably be spot on.
Yeah, nothing. I semi-concur with you. I think there are a few that could actually come. I mean, Jay Laudy looks the one that could come along, but he's a juvenile, and we are only 3 weeks out and getting 3 kilograms. I mean, the form is quite solid behind Say a Prayer. And there was money that day behind Say a Prayer on the poly. Just bumped into one on the day. And next time out, you can forgive his run as he spread a shoe in running, and he still managed to run 4th. I wasn't sold on the favourite, even though the favourite has quite solid form. I think you probably get better on the day. Ran behind Born Supremacy over course and distance, which was a fair, decent run. The disappointing, they've tried to step this horse up in trip, which hasn't worked, so they've dropped him back. Again, I'm calling geldings hers. I've dropped him back to the 1,000 meters, but they left the money on the table twice. They backed this horse from 15 to 10 into 6 to 10, got beat on debut. Then they backed him again into odds on behind Born Supremacy. He has been an expensive horse to follow. As we've seen how good the Cape Town form has been, yours must come with a chance, a big chance. But he has had 29 starts for 8 places. Jay Laudy, I think, will be in the vanguard. And I'm hoping for a decent run from number 9 for Peter Wrench. I saw St. John the Grey has had an absolute torrid time, and he had a double today. Same thing for Peter. Hasn't had a winner of yet since relocating from Cape Town. the big negative is the draw 14, but will come in because of one or two of the scratchings and probably for back end of quartets and trifectas, but not a major race to get involved in. Double Distilled, have you ever ridden him at work? I see that's for your dad as well.
No,
He's,
unfortunately, don't ride where we work in PE, so wouldn't be able
he
to.
doesn't pay. He doesn't pay well
No,
enough.
no.
Dad don't
His
pay.
hours are no. His hours are too long.
Yeah, moving on. We move on to the second race, which is you can bet on us Maiden Juvenile Plate for the fillies over 1,200 meters. The betting is Cape Town Raider, nobody's perfect, 16 to 10, 3 to 1, Remind Me of You, 7 to 2, Dancing Amber, 5 to 1, Blazing Fame, 12 to 1, and Better the Rest. I see you riding a first timer for Clifton Miller. Do you know anything?
No, fortunately
You
not.
okay? I see Hollywood do have 3 runners in the race. Have you had a look?
Yes. I think open race, I would say. There's a lot of obviously first timers and horses are 1 or 2 runs. Got to see how they improve, but I'm pretty sure the Nobody's Perfect will run. Good draw. Took well to Polly last time. I think that run they'll take a power beating. Then obviously Craig riding Dancing Amber. So nice draw. I think it's 2 very good runs. Paid for Love romped home first time up and still ran second. I think it's a good one. And then I like Blazing Flame. She ran well last time. She's improved with each and every start. The starts before aren't very encouraging, but on her last start, she's definitely stepped the game up. Drawn 1. I'm not sure how the betting is on how's it Butte. You always got to see how they play first timers for the Mitchell Yard. And then Alan Freer, Free, Remind Me of You. Also ran very well on debut. Drawn 7, so might probably be given half a chance. My first time, I'm not sure what's the plan or how she's been working, but she looks like she's got a bit more of some staying pedigree in her. But yeah, I think Nobody's Perfect. Should be a tough one to beat. And then I like Remind Me of You and Dancing Amber.
Interesting. There's been no money for the first timers. If you asked that
Okay.
earlier,
Yes.
not a smidgen of money for any of them.
Yeah.
This is the only horse of the Justin Staith yard that is running on the day. They had entered 5 runners. They had put in the proviso with the horse racing board that if they were going to change to the poly, their horses would be scratched. And this horse is the only one that didn't have that proviso, as this one has stayed down. This one ran and has stayed in Quebec. A decent second on debut behind Wait For Me. I think it's a straight shootout between Dancing Amber. I like her run style. She's well bred. She has Craig Zaki, champion jockey, elect on board. And I think the 6, Nobody's Perfect, is the Cape Town. Has had a run in Quebec, but it does come from Cape Town. There's no jockey yet, but I should imagine Serena Moodley or JP van der Merwe, both who ride
Yeah.
for Justin Staith. I should imagine one of them would probably get the ride, but we'd have to look in the publications. And the one, Blazing Flame, I think probably the second pick of the Smith Yard. I'm just guessing. Ran a cracking race eventually behind Prince Ajal on a first start. And on that day, she actually beat the Reef runner, who was never really put in the race, was so away and drifted in the market that day. And if there's market support, she could come forward. She's also she's well bred. Remind me of you by a real gone kid, have a strong scent. Hollywood have got 3 of the 7 runners. They are certainly trying to win it. But for me, I think it's between the Justin Stathels, Nobody's Perfect, and the Gavin Smith trained Dancing Amber with Craig Zaki on board. That's how I see the race.
I
We
agree.
move on to race number 3, which is Maiden Juvenile Plate, again, for 1,600 meters. The betting is 12 to 10 Silver Streaker, 14 to 10 Give Me That World Cup, 4-1 Queensway, 14-1 Futurologist, 25-1 Better. 2 horses not taking part in this race. Let me just confirm. Or one at the moment, 8, but I did see another scratching when I
think
looked.
number 2.
Number 2 is also taken
I
out,
think so,
Digital
yeah.
Warfare. That's also been taken out, Digital Warfare. Did you have a ride? Yes, you're riding for Jean-Nel, Maestro Azul, and away you go.
Yeah, I think give me that World Cup. Ran well enough on debut. I don't think I need to step up too much. But I really like Silver Streak in this race. He's had some solid runs. I think he's got the race experience. They'll be eager to get the win with him. Money came for him last time, and just sort of ran green going to the 200. But I think I really like him. Silver Streak, and obviously give me that World Cup. And then I remember Queen's Away. She was entered for, I think, a small 2-year-old feature the other day, and she got scratched. So they must think a little bit about her. But I think mainly it'll be between those two. Those three, sorry.
It does look quite a thin race. Give me that World Cup, another one that was from the Fairfield that was unfancied on debut. It is his second run gelding now. Richard stays on board. That was just from 5-2 out of 6-1. Ran behind Carnival, was stepping up now, markedly in trip from 1,000 to 1,600. Silver Streaker with Wayne Grill on board for the Cliffy Miller yard. Why didn't you get this right? I mean, you got the first time. There was big money. There was big money for this horse last time. Sorry.
Yeah.
From
I think
from
Wayne's
3 to
claimed
1.
that one.
I think so. They backed this horse like they knew the result last time, over 1,400. They backed it from 3-1 into even money and just got picked by long-time maiden Firefield Regent. And as you say, Queensway from the Jean Elliott, Chad Little on board. I think that would be this filly getting the 3 kilos would be my first pick in this race. I'd like to see more from Give Me That World Cup. And I think the main danger to the one that I fancy, Queens Away, would be Silver Streaker. As the 4 minutes book, beautiful grey out of Heavenly Blue. And the rest, I'm afraid, will have to come forward quite a lot to feature in this race. Digital with scratched and the Snaithorse scratched, as we've said. Not a deep race, and if you're playing exotics, you probably could get through with just the 3 runners in the first leg of the pick 6. Moving on to the 4th race. You fly tonight or do you fly tomorrow morning, Carl?
Tomorrow morning. Nice early, 6 o'clock.
Beautiful. Saves you from going to work. It's a middle stakes over 1,600 meters. We have the betting. Plain Z 15-10, 7-2 Above the Horizon, 4-1 Laguna Verde, 7-1 Porfirio, 8-1 Yamstiada and Tenjuku, 20s and better the rest, 2 non-runners, King Pro number 2 and Venta and Manu. And you're sitting out this race unless you get a pickup ride if someone doesn't show.
Yeah.
Have you had a look?
I think, personally, Klein Z, she won very well last time. I know sort of there was a tight gap to go through, but she was game when she did it. So I really like her a lot. I think she's in excellent form. And Lunga Verde, I think that might be her biggest danger. It's sort of he won with, I think it was 66 and a half, 66 claim 4. So obviously down in class, but he won nicely. Craig Zaki back on board. I think that's probably her the biggest danger to Klein Z. And then, to be honest, I think it's be between those two to fight it out.
Kleinsy's done nothing wrong since coming to Quebec. 3 starts, 3 wins. I mean, it's as if the sea air in Quebec has done the world of good to her. She has won over 1,600, beating Hospice to Boone, who've you ridden a few times. She just seems to be getting home, and she's been raised 12 points since coming to Quebec. I mean, so she'll have to continue to improve. The other horse you spoke about, Laguna Verde, if I was having a bet in the race, I'd be back in this each way. She has a jockey on board. He has a jockey on board today, Craig Zaki, drawn Stallgate number 8, but will come in slightly because of the scratchings. And the horse that we forgot to mention is this horse,
Yeah.
Porphyrio. I mean, from the Kelly Mitchell yard, had a purple patch, won 5 out of 7, oh, actually won
Yeah.
6 out of 8 races, including a course and distance winner, and then seemed to go off behind, ran a cracking race behind, I think, probably one of the better horses in P, or probably top 3 horses in Novi, and then fluffed his lines behind Sylvania. Something must have gone wrong that day. Not striding out. And on occasions, we've seen that twice. Got beaten
Yeah.
behind England Queensland, not striding out. And then again, behind Sylvania. I mean, if he comes to the track fit and well, he's got the plum gate,
Yeah.
Stallgate 1. Music can choose to where he wants to sit in the race. And if he's fit and well, another one is a big runner. And then the old man, Champion Warrior.
Yeah.
This horse looks magnificent. They tell me one of the better lookers in PE.
Yeah.
But has it taken to the poly? Wouldn't surprise me if he gets scratched tomorrow. Or maybe they're trying to get him fit for a turf race.
Could be.
Maybe back end of trifectas or quartets. I think Clainsy's done nothing wrong since coming to Quebec. But I think the value is in Laguna Verde each way. I can't see you leaving your money on the table. And the only other major runner is in the betting is Above the Horizon from the Sharon Cotton yard. That's in form. Chase Marjana board, drawn 5. Has run some cracking runs. I mean, actually holds Porphyrio on the run behind Incanquile and close up on a few. I mean, this horse ran behind another dance for me who's running a bit later. But
Yeah.
I think the 1600 meters, I think might be just a touch short. And it's a stable in form, but I think it'll be there and thereabouts. But I'm not in the number 1 box. Laguna Verde each way. Then we move on to race number 5, a merit rated 80 handicap over 1400 meters. Perfect impact, even money. 6-1 Action America. 7-1 Your Dad's Horse, World Choice. 10-1 Coral Creek and horse you ride in Rip Wheeler and Flower Festival and Dine Alley, and then 16-1 and Better the Best. You want to start with your horse and your dad's, or how do you see the
Yeah.
race, Carl?
I like my dad's horse a lot. I rode him his 2 starts ago, and I really liked him. Unfortunately, couldn't ride him last time due to suspension. But I think he's also improved a ton. I know he's just come off a little bit of a break, a little freshen up. So definitely 14 will be touched on the short side, but I think he'll be one to pencil in for the future. And then Dine Alley, won a nice race last time. It's got plum draw. Wayne's riding well at the minute. The odds in form also, I think they're also all doing well. So I think Dine Alley's one for me. Action America won well last time. I rode him 2 starts ago, had a bad draw, just dropped him in, and he flew home. The winner sort of had the race sewn up quite early, but I thought he was a good one while the next starts. So I think between the 2, Dine Alley, Action America, and then obviously Perfect Impact, which has his last 2 runs since relocating to PE has been very good. Did beat Action America by 4 lengths last time. So I think probably Perfect Impact will be the one that's hard to beat, and then to fill up the placings, Action America and Dine Alley.
Best bet on the day. I've made this my Andrew's Arrows. My best bet on the day, Perfect Impact. I mean, another one that's loved Quebec since relocating. One on debut. Beat actually nothing, but the form lines actually stood up 2 winners from that form line. They took 7-10 into 4-10 that day, and he didn't forget to win by 6.5 legs. Came out next start, a favourite again over 1400. Went to the front with Craig Zaki on board and beat Action America by nearly 5 lengths. Action America franked the form, came out and then beat I'm the Buzz. I cannot see Perfect Impact getting beat tomorrow. I think he's a good thing. I think he's loved Kubacha. Dean Smith is a stable in form, and Denelli must have a squeak. Has had 27 runs though. I mean, and I know one last start over the 1400, but I think this was, for me, I think probably needs further. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Just an opinion, even though one over 1400, but that was on the turf. I think the only danger is number 3, Action America. I did like the way he won last start to 3-year-old, but he is giving a 1.5 kilograms to Perfect Impact on the day
Yeah.
tomorrow. I mean, truly find this. I cannot find something to beat it, and I think it will run a cracker. Coral Creek, an enigma for the graveyard, started his career really well, but seems to, and then runs a place here, a place there, but then does throw in a bad run. You leave out Richard Fourie at your peril, and the one you're riding tomorrow, Rip Wheeler, I think
Yeah.
is probably the second string to Action America, even though there was massive money last time for Rip Wheeler. They backed it in from 40 to 107 to 2, and it won quite comfortably that day. But that was an open maiden, and I think you'll earn your riding fees tomorrow. But as I say, I think I'm not going to book a beat on too much. I think for me, the winner will be Perfect Impact, and trifectas and swingers and quartets and exactas with Action America. We move on to race number 6, the big race of the day, the Port Elizabeth Gold Cup. Over 3,150 meters.
Yeah.
One of the older races in Port Elizabeth or Quebec, as I know. The betting is Gentleman Joe 2-1, 2-1 Bad Medicine, 7-2 Bournemouth, 10-1 Home Reef and Anatolian Silver, 16-1 and better Garden Sun and Darling Girl, both your dad's horses.
Love this race. Love the distance races. Bad Medicine's obviously been in scintillating form. I think he'll be a tough one to beat. I know he's got the 61 to carry, but he's worthy of the weight. He's proven it. I don't see it being a problem. He ran in the poly last time, so he's performed on the poly. So I think he's probably the one to beat. Bournemouth's always thereabouts. Can never leave him out, but they put the cheek pieces on this time. But I think he'll be probably dropped in again, given half a chance, and be running on late. Bournemouth drawn well. I mean, Bad Medicine drawn well. He'll go forward and sort of probably have the run of the race. Home Reef won this last year, carrying 50, but I think he's sort of always playing second or third fiddle to Bad Medicine. Gentleman Joe, Cape Town form, strong form. Going this distance, I don't think he's ever been this far, but he's got draw 1, a good galloping weight of 53.5. I'm not sure if I don't think he's been on the poly before, even in Durban. So, he has been on the poly. Didn't perform at his best on the poly in Durban. That will be my only question mark, is the poly. But I think Bad Medicine, tough to beat. Bournemouth always be there. Got to respect the Cape Town form. And then, just because I know it's massively out at the weights, he's Garden Sun, but stormed home last time with me. So hopefully I'll be shouting Garden Sun home.
Out of the 3, which do you prefer? Sorry, your dad's got spoil yourself as well. So you think Garden Sun out of that what?
Yeah, I rode last time, very unlucky. He sort of has to be given a chance and ridden patiently, and just got stuck behind a few slower ones, but finished like a train. An unlucky loser. But I think with 50 kilos on the polytrack, anything can happen. And if Bad Medicine doesn't sort of be at his best, hopefully Garden Sun can come and pick up the pieces at a big price.
Semi-agree with you. Bad Medicine is going for 6 in a row. That's quite a feat, actually. I mean, did beat Bournemouth last time. Won over 2,800 meters before, beat a horse called Home Reef, led from the front. I've put up Home Reef as one of my each-way bets for the day. I know won this race last year, beat Bournemouth. Actually, on that run where he ran second behind the favourite, he's actually in receipt of weight for a half a length. And on the other runs, he's very close on the runs behind Bad Medicine, but Bad Medicine just keeps on finding more and more. I just think Bad Medicine has risen from a 79 to 106
Yeah.
in the merit rating. And that's quite a leap, but has won 5 in a row, done nothing wrong since relocating. Never lost in the Quebec. Bournemouth, one of the old man from the graveyard, another one who puts in a good run and then will be just off them. Did run second in this race last year. They even took him to Durban to run in the Gold Cup, where he flopped a little behind King Pelez, who came out and ran a cracker in the July on Saturday. I put up Home Reef. I just think Home Reef is valued at a double figure price. And I think probably the main danger to all of them is the Cape Town horse, Gentleman Joe. I think he's always been highly rated as a stayer. Serena rides 53.5, carrying one, drawn one. I think probably one of the big runners in the race. And I'm afraid the rest are just a bit too far out at the weights for me. Even though your horses do run on like trains at the end. I mean, you were so unlucky last time behind Wild Feet. And even Darling Girl that day, I mean, Darling Girl actually took off behind you and was closer at the finish thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's cracking runs. They will win races, but I mean, they're just so far out at the weights. I struggle to see it on the day.
Yeah.
The value on Reef, and I think I'm going to skip Bournemouth. I'm going to give him a bit of a swerve. And I think the main dangers are Gentleman Joe and Bad Medicine, with the value for me being Home Reef from an informed Sharon Cotton Yard and Chase Bonjour riding well as well. We're moving on swiftly. We get in there to race number 7. Another good race, East Cape Paddock Stakes, listed over 1,600 meters. Betting is another dance for me from the Alan Graveyard. Richard Ferry on board, 11 to 10. 5 to 1 Rockapina, 8 to 1 Ice Rain, Splice the main brace, and 16 to 1 and better, including Enchanting Choice that you ride. A great race, but some very bad draws for a few horses.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, another dance for me is, she's favored for a reason. She's got scintillating form. Destroyed them last time on the poly. Obviously, drawn 15 with a mile. We jumped in on the bends. Never easy, but I think she's definitely good enough to overcome that. So I think another dance for me. Massive, massive runner. Fine, Enchanting Choice. Rode her last time, and I think I should have been a bit more aggressive with her early on. So I'll try and do that. And then the Cape Town filly, Rokopina, she's got nice form. Taking to the poly will be a question mark, but she's drawn nicely. Strain from the Null Yard also has got some nice form from Durban. But to me, I think they're all gonna have to run to beat another dance for me. And then Splice the main race, I think she'll also be a massive runner, especially for the quartets and stuff like that.
I mean, it all revolves around the draw. Alan has got, I think, 6 runners in the race. He's got 6, and Gavin Smith's got 4. He's got to sacrifice a horse here. Something's going to have to set a blistering pace. He's going to have to. That's the only way this horse, I mean, done nothing wrong, this horse. I mean, another dance. Has had 11 starts, 10 of them in Quebec. There's won 10 starts in Quebec. Only 2 wins on the poly. I mean, but last time absolutely destroyed the field by 7 lengths. It wasn't the strongest race though. I mean, it was 7 runners. She was 1 to 4 that day. And, but then I look back in the beginning, she beat a horse called Quick Step Gull by a length and a half at Gravel. I mean, that came out and won on Saturday. I mean, these runs are phenomenal. But then I look to the right and I see drawn 15.
Yeah.
Whew. I mean, yo, that is a massive, massive negative. The only way that I think she can win it is if he sacrifices a horse that sets a proper, decent pace in the race. And it'd probably be Splice the Main Brace, I'm afraid to say. I mean, that horse has speed, has solid form. I mean, has done nothing wrong. I mean, has won 4 times on the poly as well. Drawn 2. That's why I'm saying I think will be the speed in the race.
Yeah.
I've gone for a bit of value. I copped out a bit. I would like to see her win, but I can't. I couldn't be backing her. I don't care what price she goes. I can't back a horse drawn 14 because you're coming because Swiatek is a non-runner.
Yeah.
I've put up a horse called Rockapina. I mean, another horse that ran 2 lengths behind Double Grand Slam. She ran last start carrying 61.5 behind a horse called Gold Gaboski. Gold Gaboski's came out on Tuesday and won quite convincingly. And I think the 1600 is right up her alley. She's a daughter of One World, and I'm expecting a massive run from her. The other visitor, Ice Rain from Natal. I mean, solid enough form, but I don't think as strong as the Cape Town form. Of the PE horses, Family Power's done nothing wrong, but again, another one drawn in the car park, drawn 13. We'll have to make up a lot of ground from there. And of the rest, interesting runner for me. I mean, even though well out at the weights, is number 13, Desert Cloud, a horse that's relocated from Zitzman. If I take a quartet, I will certainly put this in the back end of quartets. I think she's a prover. And Silver City, another one that I thought that's quite close on a few of the runs, but another one, she's drawn 13 as well. She's a 3-year-old carrying 57. As I said, and you said as well, it all revolves around the draw, and we'll see how good she is. We keep on saying that we'll see how good she is again.
We will.
But I've put up Rockapina as the main danger, and I think value. I think you'll get your money back. I think you'll get a massive run from that. Only running for Candace on the day, but we all like to see good horses win, and I won't be sad if she beats me. I won't be sad if she beats me in the finish. But I've gone for the value. I've gone for the value on Rockapina each way. And we head on to the lucky last after 2 great feature races.
Yeah.
Back to the mundane merit rated 80 handicap over 1200 meters. Scratch number 1, Sienna Conqueror. I think that's 3 weeks in a row. And this horse has been scratched from the Duncan McKenzie yard. 18 to 10 Slash and Bird. 4 to 1 Rhythm. 6.5 to 1 Born Supremacy. 7 to 1 Eugenius. 8 to 1 Coastal Path. 12 to 1 Chocolate Bomb. 16 to 1 and Better. I see you riding the devil for your dad. Diablo. That is 16 to 1. Away you go.
Competitive race to finish the card. Obviously, Born Supremacy's lot has been in very good form since relocating. You sort of got that early gate speed, travels well, and sort of can maintain the gallop. Drawn 3 again, ideal for him. So I think he'll definitely run another good race. It's only gone up 4 points for that win. But then I like Slash and Burn. I think it's getting now, I think it's a 2 kilos swing in the weights with Born Supremacy, so that must bring it in. Also drawn in 6, so won't be too far off Born Supremacy. He must be a massive runner. Rhythm, consistent sort. It's always there. Bit awkward in 7, but nothing to worry about. I think with Craig on board, he'll get him also positioned nicely. And then between the rest, it's a little bit open. Masked Vigilante ran a much better race last time. His last 2 starts have been much better, but drawn out in 10, so not ideal. And then, I think it's between those 2. Maybe small each way Eugenius with draw 1. But I think it's between Slash and Burn, Rhythm, and then Born Supremacy.
Okay, I've one of my each way bets, one of my each way bets. I put up Born Supremacy. I've loved the way that he's won both starts. He's got Stallgate 3. Slash and Bird does come very close on the one run. 2 kilograms difference for 1.5 lengths. So on paper, I think Slash and Burn is in the race. It's his third run now in Quebec. He seems to be improving every start. Third, second. I wasn't sold on rhythm. I know he's been ultra consistent. He hasn't missed a place in the last 10 starts. But I'm not sure. I mean, he's over the distance 10 times for a win in 5 places. Ultra consistent and got beaten by Duskgood last time. And Stallgate, he does have Craig Zaki on board again, as a weaker jockeys on board for the last 2 runs. Probably a runner. Mars Vigilante, another one that's flattered to deceive. Won about a year ago. Drawn 10, which is a negative. Eugenius, even though got the plum draw 1, I think did run behind a good horse called Belcanto's Dream, where they got the money last time. But I think he has to step forward. And I think the value for me is in Born Supremacy. We didn't mention Diablo, who you're riding for your dad. I mean, hasn't won for 600 days. I think even for you might be a bit of a surprise. But did run a third, over 1,000 on the poly behind Galileo Star. He was slow out that day. So I think another one of your hold-up rides, but did bleed, and it's coming off a 60-day suspension.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So back end of quartets and trifectas if you're lucky, I think. But I think it's between the Reef yard and the Dean Smith yard, the usual 2 protagonists who fight against each other every single time. And then the other horse that's a little bit of interest to me is that Chocolate Bomb. Gavin Smith bought this horse on the online sale. So he must think something of him to buy a 5-year-old gelding. But I'm not sure the trip will suit. And an interesting race to close. Reef and Smith to fight it out with, hopefully, the honours going to number 2, Born Supremacy, with Stallone Nido on board.
Definitely.
Well, thank you once again, Kyle.
Thank you very much.
Hope I'll bring you a bit of luck like last time.
I hope so.
No, the cracking days racing. I think some good races. I think the main race, the Gold Cup and the Paddock Stakes, are the 2 major races on the day, which will be good viewing. But there'll be a lot of good viewing earlier in the day. And so you're riding at the weekend? You're riding in Durban on Saturday or Sunday
It's Joburg on Saturday.
I got them around mixed up then. Joburg Saturday and then Sunday Durban.
Yeah, yes.
Anything you can maybe point out to the viewers?
Open racing, I think. But I've got a few chances, and then just find it quickly. I won on Vibe SA last time, and I think he's been doing well at home, looks well. So I think he'll be a nice ride for me on Saturday.
Stable in form, just had their 100th winner of the season today.
Yeah.
Mr. Peters.
Well.
And I mean, it's nice to see you got 6 rides. They're taking notice. That's what we need. More rides, more chances.
Exactly. And then the one in the last, Time Will Tell. You got stuck in a pocket last time, so we had to wait, and Craig got first run, and this time we gained there's a 4 kilogram swing in the weights with Craig's horse, so I think that should bring him into the race.
Thank you, Kyle. Stay safe.
Thank you very much.
Be lucky.
Thank you,
viewers. We'll see you again next week. Have a great day's racing, everybody.
Thank you.